Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about the Blu-ray from MVD Visual called Ghostriders. I don't know if you can, it's blurry, but you can see the cover here. It has 3 ghost riders on the cover. I find it looks a lot like Ghost Town. I don't know if you notice. I actually have that poster. It's a pretty cool poster. This one, a little more cartoony. What's Ghostriders about? Ghostriders is about a cowboy named Frank Clements who is being hung in the year, it's on the back it says 1888, but I'm pretty sure the movie it was 1887 because it's like it jumps ahead 100 years. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. He gets hung. Well, he's going to be hung. The preacher's going to hang him. He's a bad cowboy. Him and his posse come. They all get shot. He gets hung. Spoiler alert. And just before he is hung, I don't know how many times I'm going to say hung. Before he is lynched, he puts a curse on the preacher and his descendants. So then, boom, the movie jumps ahead 100 years. And we are introduced to the son of a professor. The professor is played by the same actor that plays the preacher, so that you know is a descendant. And then the son is a different actor, obviously. And then it's him and a couple friends. They're going to visit the professor. One of the friends is a girl who's studying, I don't know, Texas history, I think, or something. I was going to say stupid, but it's not stupid. But she is, in the movie, she is hooking up with one guy because he is friends with the professor. But then when she meets the professor's son, she starts to kind of fancy him a little bit because all she really wants is to get information from the professor about the history of Texas and cowboys. And I don't know, it doesn't really explain too much. This movie is not a movie about plot. It is actually, in fact, about people running in the woods for a long time. So long. They run through the woods so much. It's so boring. It's so incredibly boring. When the cowboys do show up, which is, I'm thinking maybe over halfway through the movie, they kind of just, it's just a bunch of kind of slightly like overweight bearded men riding on horses and kind of walking around in the woods and then getting shot super easily, but they can't die because they can't be killed by normal weapons or some shit. What else happens in this movie? It's just basically a lot of running around, a lot of falling down hills, a lot of shooting dead, overweight, bearded cowboys. And then, then it kind of just wraps up. And it wraps up in a conclusion that you knew was going to happen. It has to do with the special gun, Frank Clements' gun, that obviously that gun is going to be the only gun that can kill these cowboys. One of that historian girl, she's way against guns. Like, no, I won't. I'm not going to handle guns. So you know that later on in the movie, she's obviously going to handle guns. And I predicted it. I was like, you know what? This movie's shot in Texas. $1 million says we get a scene where she cocks a shotgun and goes... She was actually going to say something in that scene, because the scene happens. The scene happens where she cocks the shotgun. And I believe she was going to say, like, fuck the cowboys or fuck Frank Clements. I don't know. Anyways, it cuts it because they didn't want to put that in there because it would have been bad. Because I think the movie's... Well, it says it's not rated, but... Honestly, there's not a lot of violence in the movie. A few gunshots and stuff like that. It's actually a pretty cool headshot earlier at the beginning of the movie. And the behind the scenes kind of explains a little bit of how they did it and stuff. And it actually, they used like the cap that explodes in his hat. And it knocked out the actor, which I thought was kind of cool. And that's what I want you to take away from this shitty review. This shitty review, I want you to take away that when you watch this movie and you think, ugh, I don't know, it's not that good, it's kind of boring. But then after, when you watch the bonus features, because on here, the bonus features, you have a commentary with the director of photography, you have writer-producer commentary, and it's moderated by Steve Latshaw. Don't know who that is. And unfortunately, the director, Alan L. Stewart, passed away, so he wasn't able to incorporate any sort of information on this. But the feature that I really liked was bringing out the ghost, the making of Ghostriders, because it really makes you appreciate the movie that much more. It makes you appreciate how low of a budget they had, what they were able to do, the sets they were able to utilize, because they utilized like sets that were like the director previously directed like a commercial for some cowboys, and the same cowboys that were in that commercial are in this movie, and they kind of reused some of the sets, and they just used what they could. They like, there's a scene where a Jeep blows up, and they just had a friend that had a Jeep that couldn't move, so they just pretended it was moving by rocking it and stuff like that. So it's like, it really goes to show you like how much talent was behind the scenes. Even if the movie isn't that great, they still put a lot of work in making the movie, and that's what I liked about the bonus features on this Blu-ray, because it makes you appreciate the movie more. So, what about the Blu-ray? Let's talk about the Blu-ray from MVD Visual. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, it looks alright. It's not that great. It's a low-budget film, so, I mean, it's not, you're not going to write home to your parents going, oh my god, I found the best-looking Blu-ray ever. This is material I want to show everyone. I mean, it looks alright. It's a low-budget movie. I mean, there's not a lot of damage to the print, which is nice. It doesn't really say, it doesn't say what kind of restoration, if it was any. No, it doesn't actually. It doesn't say what kind of restoration it was, so. It looks good. Okay. Audio, there's this like constant low-level hiss that keeps playing through the entire film, which is like super annoying, and it's like really low dialogue at times, so you can kind of hardly make out what they're saying. Not that what they're saying is super important, but, you know, just want to let you know. And then, like I said, it's got some features. Besides the making of documentary and the commentary, we had on the set of Ghostriders, which is just a vintage documentary. It's kind of, a lot of the scenes they show in the making of are just from that same documentary. And then we have movie stills and behind the scenes, and then we have the theatrical trailer, and then we have a new reissue trailer, which is just a redone trailer. And, okay, so I forgot what I was doing. This is the Blu-ray. And this is the slipcover, sorry. Jesus. Right. Same artwork. Yep, shiny. And then the disc. Same artwork. Same artwork all the way through. There's no reverse sleeve, obviously. So, should you buy Ghostriders? You know what? I think if you like low-budget horror films, if you like cowboy films, I think you'll get a kick out of it. I mean, it's fun. It's only... How fucking long is this movie? I'm gonna cut this out.
So you don't know that it took a long time to figure out how long the movie is.
Runtime 85 minutes, so it's not that long of a movie. It's like the perfect length of a movie. I hate movies that are now like 2-3 hours long. My ass falls asleep. My knees cramp up. So this one's only 85 minutes, so I'm going to recommend it. I'm going to recommend that you find it cheap, and I'm going to recommend that you only get it if you enjoy these kind of films. Low budget, dead cowboys, bearded, overweight dead cowboys, and running around in the woods. But the thing that makes the Blu-ray worth it, special features. Low budget history in the making. So, recommend. A little bit. Check it out. I hope you enjoyed this review. Have a good day.